Governor Gavin Newsom announced this week that an $18.1 billion package aimed at relieving inflation for struggling Californians is set to come. The proposed relief program would include $400 checks to eligible people. Newsom told reporters we enacted the most comprehensive economic stimulus program in the nation last year, getting billions of dollars in immediate relief to millions of Californians, but many folks are still struggling, especially with high costs due to inflation, so we're leveraging this historic surplus to get money into the pockets of Californians. Other areas of financial relief include public transportation and childcare for low-income families. Newsom's plan would offer these services for an even further subsidized rate, if not free of charge for a limited time. A further $1,500 in relief checks is proposed for hospital and nursing home staff who have been delivering care to the patients during this crisis. Over $1 billion would also be set aside to help residents pay their past due utility bills, including electricity and water. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos criticized President Biden over a tweet that said inflation could be brought down by taxing wealthy corporations. Biden earlier in the day tweeted, "You want to bring down inflation? Let's make sure the wealthiest corporations pay their fair share." Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell also warned this week that getting inflation under control could cause some economic pain, but remains his top priority. Powell said he couldn't promise a so-called soft landing for the economy, as the Fed raises interest rates to tamp down price increases running near fastest pace in more than 40 years. During an interview, Powell stated, "So a soft landing is really just getting back to 2% inflation, while keeping the labor market strong." On top of the list for his second-term priorities will be to control price inflation that in April ran at an 8.3% annual rate, just off a more than 40-year high posted in March.
Brings the a breakup along the river system and the ice goes out in the Sound, but it's equally exciting because that's when the barges come. So you haven't had fuel since the fall. So think about what that means to these communities, whether you're Fort Yukon at $7.25 a gallon or No Attack at $11 a gallon. And you're now locked into a spring fuel barge delivery where they're anticipating that the increases will be $1.50, but not just $1.50 that you're transitioning into, but you flip the switch on that now. These are the everyday realities that people are facing. So you can't afford to fuel your boat to go fishing. You can't afford to put fuel into a snow machine or a four-wheeler to go hunting. So this is real. This is real. Now you're going to hear my colleagues talk a lot about the process.
Okay, we're in a legislative process. We have a deadline for keeping government open. We have a lively negotiation. It has to be bipartisan. We want it to be bipartisan, but in the Senate, you need 60 votes.
Also, everybody, California's budget surplus could mean residents will receive $1,100 stimulus checks this year. According to a California state governor, the surplus amount will be enough to give every Californian a $1,125 tax rebate, or $4,000 for a family of four.
You're telling Noah about the flood. I didn't get what I wanted in the bill. So I say to my members, yeah, that's a negotiation, and that's the way it is. And look at what is in the bill and what it does for America's working families, what it does for Ukraine, what it does, that so much needs to be done as opposed to what you don't like about the bill.
Now, the money would help so many people that are struggling to get by right now as the crisis continues to go on. It's still unclear, though, how much taxpayers could receive in 2022. In the second expanded Golden State Stimulus program, eligible Californians got $600, plus an additional $500 if they had one or more qualified dependents. So everybody, I can't wait for President Biden to send out more stimulus payments, and I believe that he should definitely do more and help the people in need. More and more cities and states across the nation are giving out millions of dollars in guaranteed income. Guaranteed income programs provide a monthly cash payment to eligible Americans. And now lawmakers in Congress are encouraging eligible people to apply for universal basic income programs offered in their city or state. As President Biden continues to push for an expanded $3,000 child tax credit until 2025. Many economists believe all these crisis relief benefits signify a step forward in a universal basic income. Biden's stimulus checks bill, which upped the existing $2,000 credit to $3,000 and added a 4-year extension, has already helped and lifted an additional 4.1 million children out of poverty. Whether the relief money is being used for paying off debts, pay for household necessities, or tucked away for unexpected emergencies, stimulus checks and other relief programs have opened a door to a conversation about the universal basic income. And now here's some big news, everybody. In the state of Alabama, stimulus checks worth up to $1,500 are going out to workers in the state of Alabama. The first round gave $1,278 to child care providers in December 2021 and January 2022. According to state officials, full-time employees can receive bonuses of $1,500, while part-time employees can receive $750. Up to 8 quarterly bonuses may be given to eligible employees before September 2023. That means 7 grant opportunities remain, and these funds are available to President Biden's American Rescue Plan. Now, as Biden's administration, a Biden administration official told CNN that the president is considering extending the pause on federal student loan payments and weighing whether to cancel some debt. White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain said the administration is weighing its options ahead of the planned May 1st deadline to resume payments. Klain said Joe Biden right now is the only president in history where no one's paid on the student loan for the entirety of his presidency. So, as a Democratic candidate for President Biden, he called for canceling $10,000 in student loan debt. Do you believe that President Biden should do this, everybody? Tell me what you think in the comments below.
So when I say blame, you say blame. I'm saying because you need 60 votes in it, they consider that a plus. I don't. If you need 60 votes in the Senate, they have to come to terms. And as I said, it was greatly reduced. We didn't do localities. We did much less attributed to the states, and we had, unfortunately, less money. Well, it's a secret that the Republicans have wanted to have. Did you not know that Romney had sent around a letter with all the senators signing it that said we have to take the money out of state and local government? This is not it. What may come as news to someone is that when you subtract money, money is subtracted. So I don't even go there because we are in a negotiation. Great things were accomplished. Rosa DeLauro was masterful. Senator Leahy as well. Even working with the Republican leadership, we came up with a bill. It's $1.5 trillion that will be spent this year. And there has never been a bill. Let me just be very clear. There has never been a bill that when it comes forward, and usually, well, it wasn't the dark of night. It was sometime last night. When it comes forward that I didn't get what I wanted in the bill.
To yield to our dynamic, amazing, wonderful, as she would say about others, but I'm saying about her, fabulous speaker, Nancy D'Alessandro Pelosi.